Hello, Cody Miller here. We just finished recording our Tech on Stage assessment, and I'm going to be talking to you about how I believe we went. For Tech on Stage this semester, we had to use modern day production and bring that onto stage. For Tech on Stage this semester, I formed a group with Mark and Peter. I believe mine and Mark's idea was very similar, was to create like a techno dance track, which I believe I was able to do with my final performance of Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. Peter's song being Fireball XL5 and Mark's song being Enter Bloom. At the start of the semester, I was a little bit confused and concerned about how I was going to go for Tech on Stage this semester, as production isn't my strongest figure as a musician. Thankfully, we had the help of Rafe and Alistair, and Mark really helped us too. Because of COVID-19, we weren't able to perform our sets in front of Alistair, Rafe, and the rest of our classmates, but we could record our sets online. With all our songs combined, it added up to 15 minutes. But unfortunately, Mark decided to go solo, but was still willing to help meet with me and Peter, so we can get our assignment together. A real downfall about that was mine and Peter's set only went for 7 minutes, but luckily we still have 5 weeks until our final performance. So me and Peter chose another song to add to our set list. We didn't start the fire. We only had 3 weeks that take to record our thing during COVID-19, which made it very difficult to practice as a group. As restrictions started to ease, we started meeting up at Peter's house twice a week, which I'm very grateful for Peter's family and Peter for welcoming us into his house. I found our meetings and rehearsals at Peter's very productive, and found technology on stage less scary. We began to work together and saw results starting to show as our progress into our final performance. For Fast Cars, I was in charge of the launchpad and vocals, triggering different elements of the song and triggering different pitches with the launchpad by composing my first song in Logic, converting it to Ableton, which allowed me to use the launchpad. For the second song, I used an Ovation keyboard, where I was using very basic but structured piano chords, as Peter was on vocals and the launchpad for We Didn't Start the Fire and Fireball XL5. The only element I am worried about not passing is not setting up and our equipment correctly, as I believe we could have put more time into that one. Next time I will make sure I explain myself more effectively. For example, plugging the interface into a available USB socket at the back of the computer. Making sure the input and the master volume on the interface is turned down. Plugging my microphone. Plugging the male end of the lead into the interface, and the female lead end of the lead into my microphone. And yeah, and I believe the concept of our performance worked really well altogether. We had issues with the mic, and I was a little bit out of time for We Didn't Start the Fire, but that wasn't really noticeable. For a better performance next time, I'll make sure I lower my mic EQs on for Fast Car and practice on the piano a little bit more. Thank you for joining in.